We've decided to come to Dundee to have a look at one of the oldest ships that's still in Scotland. Now, this ship was made in 1824 and it's still afloat. So we're going to have a look round this, and it's called the HMS Unicorn. So we're going to take a look round. It was built in peacetime, and you'll never guess, but it's always had a roof. It's a bit weird for a ship, really, isn't it? And the ship was 200 years old last year, which is astonishing, really. And it's one of the oldest ships still in Scotland. The roof itself is actually 30 years older than the ship, and it's never actually seen active service, so it was made into a training ship. And I think Janet is going to go and ring the bell of HMS Unicorn very gently. So it says.
This bell is actually from the 15th HMS Unicorn. But we've got to do this very gently. I did do it gently on purpose.
That's loud, isn't it? And that was gently. That is really loud.
Wow.
Carronades. Yeah, these ones.
Yeah, there's the two brass ones that belong to
Which
Admiral
are
Duncan.
shorter than the main cannons that are down on the gun deck, but fired a heavier load, so that they could smash the masts and the rigging of other ships. Now, it has had masts, but only purely for training. So we're now on the gun deck, which is where we came in. And this is where the captain's quarters were. He was the only crew member to live on the gun deck, and the cabin was located at the stern. It was divided into partitions with a canvas partition, a day cabin for working, and a sleeping cabin with a cot in it, with lots of natural light. He also had a dining table in it for private meals and to host invited officers. You can just see in the corners a couple of brass signal guns. These belong to Admiral Adam Duncan, a naval hero from Dundee. They were manufactured in Venice and Barcelona. Unicorn's stern was redesigned from the square type to the controversial elliptical shape. This design allowed for a wider arc of fire to the rear, and the Unicorn is the only surviving ship with the elliptical stern.
But yeah, so on the mess deck, which you're seeing, that one down there, there would have been ropes, well, there are ropes hanging up, and they'd be more frayed than this, and this is where the sailors would wipe their hands after eating.
Yeah.
And yeah, they'd have their 3 square meals down there. And the phrase comes from it, and you'd get like the tack, which is the sipped biscuit, which lasts maybe 2 days before it goes, well, probably 1 day before it goes hard. Then like dried meat, lime and peas, and that's for vitamin C, so to prevent scurvy. This was added by Vice Admiral Lord Nelson in 1795.
As you can see here, we've got the largest guns that were on the Unicorn, and these were Bloomfield pattern 18 pounders. Each gun weighed over 2 tons and needed 9 crew members to operate them. The crew performed regular gun drills, and an experienced crew could fire and reload one of these guns every 90 seconds. The sailors were given one hot meal a day, and that was prepared on this big galley stove that was located on the gun deck. We're seeing earlier upstairs, once they've had their meal, and wipe their hands on these. Just think how minging they would have been after all. Sailors wipe their hands on them. You won't be wanting to wipe your hand on them, that's for sure. Food was eaten in messes, which were groups of 10 to 14 men, with a standard diet that included bread, biscuits, salted meat, peas, cheese, butter, and drinks that were beer, grog. Don't know what grog is. And this is where you get your term from, square meal, because they didn't have round plates. Actually 3 square meals a day. Right, we're going to go down into a lower deck. That's even shorter, so I'm going to be like this. The ship was given diagonal bracing straps, or riders, made from iron and bolted to the inside of the hull, as you can see here. You couldn't have been a tall sailor, that's for sure. You'd have to be a flaming short horse.
Excuse me.
Because Janet can just about walk under them, if you look. Just. Whereas me, on the other hand, I can't. Not a cat and mouse chance. Anyway, let's have a look what the officers' quarters, also known as the wardroom, and it was where the commissioned officers lived, and they had their own dining table. Each of the 10 commissioned officers had private sleeping cabins, and the commissioned officers were First Lieutenant, Captain of the Marines, Surgeon, Master, oops, nearly fell over then. Oh.
Can I get a hammock?
What?
Can I get a hammock?
Am I going to get in a hammock?
Yeah.
You want me to attempt to get in? Janet wants me to attempt to get in a hammock. Are you allowed to get in a hammock?
Try out one of our hammocks.
Right.
Hey. I'm still filming it.
Janet is going to film me trying to get into a hammock and fall out of it.
Open wide.
Oh,
No, now you've got to cover yourself up while you sleep.
I am covered up.
Alright. Don't rock into sleep.
No, I'm rocking already. The rest of the crew, all 299 of them, lived in the forward end of the lower deck, and they had hanging tables and hammocks.
Shut your eyes.
I don't know how comfy you get on this.
That's it. You don't move. So let's see what it's like in a real storm.
It's swinging as it is. I don't know you'd be able to fall asleep without it.
No choice.
As you can see, this large space at the forward end of the lower deck would have housed over 200 men in hammocks, benches.
Right, to try and get out.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Stop it swinging first. This is where I go on my arse.
Oh, you're no fun. You didn't fall over.
This is a flaming ladder, look at that. So I've got to go down first so that Janet has something soft to fall on.
Oh, I don't like this.
It's not as bad as the other one actually. Nope. Only there's a
Oh, do you know what? I'm doing it this way.
I can't go any further, I don't fit. Duck.
This was a good idea.
Make sure you duck. We're now on the orlop deck, which is the lowest deck on the ship, and it's below the waterline. And there's even more of the pig iron down there up the deck. I mean, how did that not? If that was in a ship, if that was in a real life ship.
This isn't real life.
Yeah, I know it's a real life ship. All right then, an active ship that went out on the sea. How did that not go everywhere, especially in a storm? Is this one of the magazines? See, even Janet's got a duck now. I think this is one of the magazines, isn't it? No.
No.
The deck height can be as low as 1.2 metres. We might be able to stand up here. Yeah, look, I can stand up in this bit. Whew. This would have been one of the magazines, potentially, where they stored the gunpowder. Yeah, because it's lined in copper. You can see the copper that's coming away from the wall down there. Yeah, so that would have been, yeah, what they call magazines.
Magazines are the individual things.
Yeah, it's where they stored them.
Right.
Now, it's not a full deck. It consists of a platform in the bow, midships and the stern. And we are now below the waterline. Well, time to start ducking again. Why? You're going to start ducking as well. And down the sides is what's known as the carpenter's walk. This is no good when you're over 6 foot. That's for sure. How the hell did the sailors go around here? I've no idea without having permanent bad back. The hold also stored food, water, timber, and of course all the pig iron ballast, which is incredibly heavy. I tried moving one, can't move it. Also, it's where the ship's well is, right at the bottom, is where all the seawater collected, and there would have been a bilge pump in there to pump it back out. Now obviously the main function of the hold is storage. I had individual storage rooms for the crew. Let's have a look in here. Also where the cables, ropes and rigging was kept. I'm here, in a little room. I'm going to find another little room. There's another little room there, but that's a bit dark. That's too dark. You not see anything in there. And we're now right at the back of the ship, at the bottom. Yeah, don't come here if you've got a bad back. Definitely. See if we can see some of the shipwrights marks in here. Oh, there they are. Markings so that they knew which timbers were going on which ship and where. Can you see them up here? And along here. And they've left it so that you can see them. It's quite interesting. We found some more up here. And there's this ship's well. It's unbelievable to think that all these timbers are original. 200 years old. I mean, some have gone rotten, right, but the majority of them are still pretty much intact. Right, we're going to go up. If you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. So for now, see you later.